Another day, another debt-free challenge update. So today is day 5. And it actually made me think of having this kind of discipline didn't just happen like overnight. I've been in a finance journey for a very long time. So maybe some of you watch me and feel like, I wish I had this discipline that you have, Norma. But it literally started off like really, really small. And, everyone talks about discipline, but I think what we have done is we have misunderstood what discipline really is. People think discipline means, those wake up at 5 a.m., have this huge amount of motivation every single day, say no to everything. And it's not that simple. It's not what people actually make it to be. From what I have realized, discipline is actually deciding and making a decision that I'm no longer going to be the same person, because this person that I am right now is not giving me the results that I want. So anything that you have right now that you don't want, it's because the specific type of person, the specific type of identity that you are is doing the actions of that identity, which will then result into what you have or what you see in front of you. Like, it manifests from who you are to what you do to what you have. The be do have method that I've spoken about, I think I spoke about it in day 1 of the challenge, so you can check that out. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm Norma. Welcome to my Nomazdiary sessions. I'm usually standing on my balcony or sometimes sitting down, but I'm enjoying standing because I've been having a lot of issues with my legs. Like, they rest too much. I think it's a thing, rest leg syndrome, I think it's called, where my leg like rests a lot and then it feels really like pins and needlesy. So I'm enjoying standing, and I'm going to buy myself a standing desk. But I'm a financial planner, I'm a financial coach, I'm a wife, I'm a mom, and I'm documenting my journey to become debt-free here on YouTube. So if you haven't subscribed, I would love for you to join this community, and hopefully it's going to motivate you in your journey. Every single day I'm going to show up. I'm going to show my real numbers, my wins, my lessons. Anything that's not going the way I want it to go, I'll share that, and how am I going to make a change from that. Anything that I'm struggling with, everything in between, I'm going to share it with you. So welcome to my channel if you're new, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. I really love you guys. Thank you so much for always watching my videos. So let's get into the debt update. So we started day 5. The day started and we had 35,530 that we were owing. So we started the day 5 on 33,530, not 35,000. Oh my gosh. So we started with 33,530. Then I made a payment of 600 Rand and it dropped it down to 32,930. So when I have it somewhere on the screen now, I usually have it somewhere this side, just so you can see. It's now 32,930, which is so good to see, but also so big. It's like so big, but I've come such a long way. We started the year with 81,100 Rand and now we are all the way down to 32,000. So it's great progress, but I just can't wait for it to go. And I know you know what I'm talking about, that feeling. So basically in the past 5 days of me starting this 100-day debt-free journey, we have paid 4,523. So this 4,523 literally could have went anywhere else if I was not doing this challenge. If I just was paying the minimum payment and then an extra whenever I remember, I don't think I would have paid 4,500. I probably would have paid 1,000 this week, because maybe I would have received a 1,000 and paid it there. So doing this challenge it means everything I do is for this. And to be honest, for day 5, I didn't even think we were going to make a payment into this debt because it was my husband's birthday. So we celebrated the birthday. We bought him a gift and then we went out for lunch. So for lunch, I thought like this is it. This is the only amount we have that I could spare for us to go out for lunch. We ended up spending only 550. We went to Spur. They had a nice special. We enjoy going to Spur because Skylar can just play. But we went to Spur. They had a nice special. We ended up spending 550 on our meal plus tip, which was so good. And normally that would have been like an excuse of mine that, you know what, we've already spent the money for the day, so I cannot contribute to this challenge. But then something happened, something very interesting happened. We paid 550 for the lunch, and immediately after that, like a few minutes after we paid the money, I made a sale. I made a saving challenges sale, which was literally 550, I think, or something, 559 or something like that. I don't know if I have the screenshot, but I'll try and leave it over here if I do. But I made a sale, and when I cleared it into my account, it was sitting at 600 Rand. And that is how I then paid the 600 Rand. I was like, you know what, done. So immediately I knew that, I don't know, but it just felt like God is just supporting me on this journey. And he was like, okay, go and have fun with your family and have a lunch and eat out for this day, but I'm going to replace that money back. That's how it felt. That's really how it felt. And I knew that I must be a good steward of this money that just came in, this order that just came in. I should not just spend it recklessly. I need to replace that 550 that we spent on eating out and replace it with the obedience of running like a gazelle that's been trapped by a hunter, basically getting rid of this debt and getting out of this trap. And that's in the book of Proverbs. So I just transferred that 600 Rand immediately. So this brings me back to the topic we started this video on, which is discipline. Everyone keeps saying you need discipline, and that's true, you do need discipline. But what is actually discipline? What does that actually mean? How can I start implementing discipline now? What do I need to do? How can I understand it? And I'm going to try and break it down a little bit in a way that it helped me. If you feel like you have to force yourself to do something every single day, that is not discipline. If you feel like you have to force yourself to go to the gym, you have to force yourself to pay your bills, you have to force yourself to do something, you have to force yourself to record that content, that is not discipline. So how you build discipline, how you build that kind of habit is literally just how I said at the beginning. It's by making a decision that I can no longer be the person that I am right now. It's, in the Christian community, it's more of when you get baptized, you become born again. So the old you dies and a new you is born. So it's literally the same thing with discipline. It's getting rid of your old you that is producing the results that you don't want and birthing a new you, making a decision that who you are now does not laze around, does not eat unhealthy food, does not spend recklessly. Who I am now is investing, is getting out of debt, is signing up for masterclasses and courses that are going to help them level up their skills, whatever their skills are. You decide. The reason why I'm saying you have to decide who you become, it's because your identity is what creates the actions. So who you are is how you are going to be able to do what you need to do. And then what you do is what's going to produce what you have. So if you are someone who has no confidence in themselves, who has low self-esteem, who is jealous of other people, who is greedy, all of that, you are going to do things that jealous, nasty, gossip, evil people do. And then you're going to have more of that. You're going to have jealous friends. You're going to have evil things around you. You're going to just it's going to be like a cycle. That's what life is. There's no other way around it. So ask yourself, what do I want to have? So I want to become debt free, or I want to become successful in my social media business. Okay, so what are people who are successful in their social media business, or what are people who have accomplished becoming debt free? What do they do? And then you find out what is it that they do. And then you ask yourself, with my current self, am I willing to do this? Okay, Norma is making more money online because she's posting consistently, and I want to be like Norma. Is my current self going to do that, or is my current self going to make excuses? Is my current self going to say, no, I don't want to record that video because I hate my voice, or people are not going to watch my stuff? Is my current self going to chase just quick wins and not trust the process? Is my current self going to show up every single day, or I just want to show up on a weekend, but I expect the same results as someone who shows up every day? So because I'm not going to get the results of someone who shows up every day, meanwhile I only show up on a weekend or when I feel like it, or once a month, I'm then going to give up and say this is not working. And that's what I mean when I say you decide. You decide who you want to become, and how you do that is by knowing what you want to have. And what you want to have, you ask yourself who has it and what do they do? And then you look at yourself and be like, am I able to do the same? Oh, they have this fit body, but they also have 3 kids. I want the same thing. I don't want to be overweight. I don't want to have this type of body. So what is this fit mom doing? Oh, she wakes up every single day and does a workout. She eats high protein food. She doesn't eat after a certain time. She sleeps 8 hours a day. She prioritizes meditation, those kind of things. Is my current self able to do that, or am I addicted to takeout? Am I addicted to sleeping late and only getting like 5 hours of sleep, which is not healthy? So you see what I mean? And it's not easy. This journey is not easy when you start, because you are being very honest with yourself, which a lot of people don't like that. A lot of us don't like being honest with ourselves. Like, I am in this position because of me. Not a lot of people can do that. So you just start small. Start with something small and then just take it from there. Whatever it is, ask yourself, what is it that you want to have? And then find out who you need to become to do that, so that you can have that. And the more you become, the more you do, the more you have. And it's just like that. There's no other way. I wouldn't have made the income that I showed you in the previous video if I did not show up every single day. If I didn't do more. If I did less, I was going to make less income. And there's no other way around it. Numbers don't lie, unfortunately. I know if you're working in a corporate, you've heard of that, but numbers don't lie. So while I was deciding on starting this debt-free journey, I actually wanted to start this at the beginning of the year, but I was not ready to become this Norma. So I kept pushing it back. And now as we approach the mid-year, I was like, why am I still paying off this damn debt? This loan, this 81,000 Rand, I should have attacked it long time ago. What am I doing? And then I made a decision. I made a decision to become the Norma who does everything in her power to become debt-free. I don't know when that date will be. I can't give it a date. But for the next 100 days, I am going to be the Norma who does everything in her power to become debt-free. So I'm shooting for the moon. And if I don't land in the moon, I will land amongst the stars. That is the mindset that I have. That is who I've decided to become. So instead of asking myself, should I spend this money on this? I am not asking myself that anymore. I'm more of, I need to transfer this money into debt so that we can see how much we have to go. It's like I'm doing a countdown. I just want to see how much is left. And you shift your questions in your head. You shift the way you look at things, because you become someone new, someone who is going to do whatever it takes to be healthy and fit, to become debt-free, to save an emergency fund, to have a healthy relationship with your children, to go to church, to study that Bible, to learn, to join master classes, courses, memberships, those kind of things, to learn to become a better version of you, to learn to create content, which, it's the bootcamp that we are starting on the 30th of this month, 30th of July. The bootcamp on creating content that will pay you. And you saw my previous video, how much my content pays me. So if you want to join the bootcamp, I'll have the link of my Financial Literacy Academy below. But if you don't want a membership, then you can just join the bootcamp on its own. I'll close that bootcamp on the 29th. So before I go, I just want to tell you, stop depending on motivation. I do hope that my videos motivate you every single day, and that's why I'm showing up every single day, so that people who are also in the same journey can get motivated. Excuse me. But don't depend on motivation. Things happen. Life happens. Birthdays happens. Unexpected things happen. Some days you feel like giving up, and then you look at what you're doing and you're like, there is no progress over here. What am I doing? But you have to know, what does my identity say? Who am I? What do I want to have? Be in tune with that person, with that why, and stay consistent. Show up for yourself. No one else will show up for you, but show up for yourself. Join accountability groups. I have a financial literacy academy where we have a bunch of women in this group, and they all get inspired by each other. And it's nice to have around. And sometimes you feel like your life is the worst, my debt is the worst, and then someone comes in and tells you something, and then you're like, oh, okay, actually my life is not that bad. I need to be grateful for what I have. So those things are available, they're accessible. You cannot say I've tried everything and you haven't joined something so cheap as 211 Rand a month that could help you with your mindset, with your mental health, with your goals. But also, if you feel like you don't have that 211 Rand a month, then you have free videos here on YouTube, a whole lot of content creators. You've got me, but definitely know your people, know what recharges you, know what makes you think about your goals, what makes you believe it's possible, and just watch that or focus on that every day. Don't watch things that take away from you. I unfollowed a lot of people on my Instagram that were making me feel like I don't have enough, like I'm not enough. And that's the first sin that was created, is Eve started to focus on what she doesn't have, on the tree she cannot touch, and she immediately lost hold and didn't recognize all the abundance that she had. So when I follow people who make me feel less than, I just unfollow them. And do the same. Follow people who will make you trust God, pray to God, and want to be the best version of yourself. I hope you enjoyed today's session. Thank you so much for watching or listening to Nomazdiary sessions. You can also listen to them like a podcast, but I do sometimes have like screenshots and stuff attached on the screen. So if you want to see those, then obviously you're gonna have to watch it on YouTube. And if you're also on a debt-free journey, I wish you all the best. And if you want to join my debt-free challenge in this in my money management hub, I think there's like 7 courses that are all focused on money management. There's debt, there's investing, there's know your numbers, there's mindsets, the ladder, all of that. It's literally going to help you. It's what has helped me in my journey. So yeah, everything will be linked below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next video. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Share it with someone who you think needs this, especially if it's someone who you love, who you need them to get out of debt, because that will be helpful to you too as well. Bye.
Dreams without goals are just dreams.
Come on.
And ultimately, they fuel disappointment.
Exactly.
On the road to achieving your dreams, you must apply discipline,
come
but
on.
more importantly, consistency. Because without commitment, you'll never start, but without consistency, you'll never finish.